Welcome back to Apex Sci-Fi. The mind is the final frontier of the hunter. Most targets hide behind steel walls, energy shields, or light years of empty space. Those are obstacles that Silas Vane understands. But on the moon of Lethe, the walls are built of fog and the shields are made of forgotten thoughts. The moon is home to Lyra, a renegade telepath known as the Memory Thief. She does not steal credits or cargo. She steals the one thing that defines a person, their past. She can reach into a mind and pluck out a specific hour, a face, or a mission, leaving her victims wandering in a daze, unable to remember why they were even looking for her in the first place. To hunt the Memory Thief is to risk losing yourself. Silas Vane took the contract because Lyra had stolen the security codes for a planetary defense grid, but more importantly, she had wiped the minds of a dozen innocent guards, leaving them as hollow shells. Vane landed on Lethe in the Vesper, knowing that his high-tech armor would not protect him from a telepathic strike. He prepared for a hunt where his greatest enemy was his own brain. The story begins with Silas Vane waking up in the pilot's seat of the Vesper. He is confused. He looks at his hands. He looks at the obsidian mask sitting on the console. He has no idea why he is orbiting a misty purple moon. He has no memory of the last 3 days. Then a recording begins to play on the ship's speakers. It is his own voice, cold, mechanical, and urgent. Vane, the recording says, "If you are hearing this, you have already encountered the target. She has wiped your memory of the landing and the first confrontation. Do not panic. Look at your left arm." Vane pulls back the sleeve of his tactical suit. Carved into the leather of his bracer is a single word, instinct. The recording continues. "Lyra can take your conscious thoughts, but she cannot touch your millions of years of predatory evolution. You are a human. You are a hunter. Trust your gut, not your head." The tracker is already synced to her neural frequency. Go now before you forget again. Vane dons his mask and hood. He descends into the thick purple mist of Lethe. The air is damp and smells of lavender and ozone. As he walks, he feels a strange pressure in the back of his skull, a soft, whispering voice trying to tell him to turn around, to go home, to sleep. Vane ignores the voice. He relies on physical anchors. Every 100 meters, he drops a small beacon that plays a recording of a harsh, jarring noise. The sound snaps him out of the telepathic fog, grounding him in the present. He is using pain and sensory overload to keep his mind from drifting. He finds Lyra in an ancient lunar temple, surrounded by glowing crystals that store the memories she has stolen. She is a frail woman, her eyes glowing with an intense, violet light. She looks at the hooded figure in the black mask and smiles. "You are persistent, hunter," Lyra says, her voice echoing directly inside Vane's mind. "I have taken your name 3 times today. I have taken the memory of your home. I have taken the reason you hunt. Why do you still move forward?" Vane doesn't answer. He doesn't even think. He clears his mind, focusing on the weight of the stun baton in his hand and the rhythm of his own breathing. He is acting on pure muscle memory. He is a predator in a flow state, where thought is replaced by action. Lyra screams, a telepathic wave of white noise that would have paralyzed any other man. Vane stumbles, his vision blurring, but his body continues to move. He has trained himself for this. He has conditioned his nervous system to react to the target's movements without waiting for the brain to process the image. He closes the distance in a blur of black shadows. Lyra tries to reach into his mind one last time to find his greatest fear, but she finds only a void. Vane has locked his conscious mind behind a wall of static. He strikes. The stun baton connects with the ground at Lyra's feet, releasing a massive electrical discharge that shatters the memory crystals. The feedback loop hits Lyra's telepathic centers like a physical blow. She collapses, her violet eyes dimming as the stolen thoughts begin to flow back to their original owners through the neural network she created. Vane stands over her, his mask reflecting the dying light of the crystals. He feels a sudden rush of information returning to his mind. He remembers the landing. He remembers the guards. He remembers the face of the woman who hired him. The fog in his head clears. Lyra looks up at him, her powers broken. "You are a monster," she whispers. "You have no soul to steal." Vane knelt down, his blue visor glowing steady in the dark. "I have a soul, Lyra. I just don't let it get in the way of the job. You stole people's lives. I'm just here to return them." Vane does not kill her. He places a neural dampener on her forehead, a device that prevents her from using her telepathy. He carries her back to the Vesper, passing the beacons he left behind. He stops at the last one and records a new message for himself. "Contract complete. Target in custody. Memory restored. Don't forget to clean the filters on the suit." Vane departs Lethe, the misty moon shrinking in the distance. He delivers Lyra to a high-security psychiatric facility on a neutral world, a place where she can be treated, not just imprisoned. He ensures the security codes are returned to the hegemony, but he refuses the bonus they offer for her death. In the Legends of the Rim, they say Silas Vane is the only man who can outrun his own shadow and outsmart his own mind. They say he is a hunter who doesn't need a brain to catch a target. But Vane knows the truth. He is just a man who knows that when the world becomes a dream, you have to wake up and start hunting. This has been Apex Sci-Fi. The mind can lie, but the hunter always knows the truth. If you enjoyed this psychological duel, hit that like button. Comment below, what is the one memory you would never want to lose? Subscribe for the next hunt, Blood in the Clouds. The Vesper is back in the void. The hunt continues.